Hey guys, it's JC's Reborn Journey here, and I'm actually here to do a special video for you. So, I actually just went shopping, and yeah, I got the stuff I needed, you know? But I thought that it would be nice to show you what I buy. And I'll tell you, like, oh, I didn't really care what kind of brand I bought, or maybe I'll tell you why I bought this brand, or blah, 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 like whatever. And I'm going to show you some cool stuff that I got. So, of course, I'm not just going to buy what I want, what I need. And I guess I did buy what I needed, but some of the things could have been more of a want than a need, I guess. And I'll tell you the ones that I need, needs and wants, right? But anyways, so where do we start, right? Let's see, what do we have? We went to Ocean State first, and not everybody has Ocean State. Ocean State Job Lot is like a Big Lots, kind of. Some stuff they always have, they've had for years, and other things it's more a hit or a miss kind of thing. So a lot of times, like whatever a company, maybe has too much of, or maybe they want to get rid of it, they use this company to do that. So let's just say, for example, JCPenney, for example, right? Let's say JCPenney had, they bought 100 packs of Calvin Klein socks, right? For example, we're just using an example, right? So so what they do is, let's say, they bought them at $5 a piece, $5 a pack. And let's say that they're selling it for like $20 a pack, okay? So they're not selling them or whatever, they bought too many. So let's just say 50 they're keeping and 50 they want to get rid of. So they contact, whoever they contact, it's got to probably be corporate, contacts the other corporate office, whatever. So let's say they had 50 pairs of Calvin Klein socks they wanted to get rid of. So they paid $5 for it, but now they're just going to, sell them for either $5 or they're going to sell them for $7. Because Ocean State is going to turn around and probably sell it for $8.99, $10.99, something in the lines of that. They're not really that expensive. And they have all kinds of stuff. They have, from, I guess, weightlifting stuff to clothing to, they have a lot of, they have everything, and it could be like a Big Lot. Yeah, I would say it's probably it's very similar to a Big Lots, but bigger. Anyways, so I went there only to get something for my friend. She needed a particular size trash bag, so I bought her a box of those. Those were like $8.99. Okay, so few things. You guys are probably wondering, how am I doing mentally? Well, let's just say I would really love to stand in front of the doctor that refused to give me my Tegretol. And I was on Tegretol from the time I was 17 until I was 36, okay? Nonstop, very, very seldomly did I miss a dose, stuff like that. And I went off it to try and have a kid. And people are probably saying, well, if you're trans, why would you do that? Well, some trans people try. But in all reality, I was trying to think, really, could I actually mentally do that? I think the birth would have been the worst for me. But doctors have to touch you and all that stuff, and that's not something that I could handle. So a lot of those kinds of things, so actually it wasn't even that a person was growing in you that was the issue, which I was kind of weirded out about that to begin with. But it was actually people touching you and touching your body and stuff like that. So, but as we all know the story, Dennis got sick, I wasn't able to have a kid, and I transitioned right after he died. That was the decision I made. So you have to make sacrifices in your life, right? So in, I would say maybe the beginning of December, my doctor's refusing to give me my Tegretol, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And so I said, okay, I give up. I'll try whatever you want. So he gives me 2 different medications. And within 4 days, I was suicidal to the point where I literally was going to kill myself. And I said to myself, I really don't know if that's how I feel. I'm like, why do you feel this way? And I was going through the whole day, like, what is going on? What is the thing? And I go, oh. Stupid medication that he wants me to try isn't working, and it's actually making me want to die. I said, unacceptable, can't do this, need to go back on my Tegretol within seconds, you know? And the thing was, again, he refuses to give me this medication, and I even went up to him, after I saw him, and I was just like, listen, and this was before I got sick, like mentally sick. I said to him, I said, I'll try whatever you want. I said, but by May, if nothing else works, I want to go back on the Tegretol. And he didn't say no, but he wasn't like, yeah, sure, okay. This guy is like, I don't know what his deal is with Tegretol, but he just like was absolutely, I'm not prescribing you that meds. Like it was a narcotic or something. No, it's a mood stabilizer. What else is it? It is a medication for people that have seizures. So it's not even a medication that you could go, oh my God, you know? And he's trying to make a big deal about side effects. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And even my mom's just like, don't all drugs have side effects? Yeah, they do. And severe side effects, if you have them, you know? Now, you would think that I would have had problems by now, you know, being on Tegretol for so long. I would have had some experience of something, right? And he's just making up excuses. You know, oh, you're drinking. I'm like, drinking? What are you talking about? Like, what? I had a drink for Thanksgiving? That's a crime? Like, he's making these things like a crime. Yes. Do I smoke weed? Yeah. He was making that an issue. Like, oh, this medication. Wait a minute. I would say probably 95% of the United States of America are on drugs, prescription medications, okay? And I would also say at least 50% of them smoke weed too. Do you see them like freaking out and flipping out and ending up in a mental institution and having terrible side effects because they're on drugs and smoking weed? No. So, what I did was I fired him. And I just want to say to him, I'm like, told you so. Like, I did tell you that this medication works for me, works for my bipolar. And sadly, it took a month for my body to really go, oh, yeah, that drug, it's working. Oh, I feel so much better. Now, something you don't know. And I guess I'll have to do the stuff that I was going to show you in a separate video, but I'm sure a lot of you want to know this, so I'll tell you. So, I not only was taking medications that I was prescribed, I also have a very hard time with sleep. So I'm taking this, that, and the other thing. Yes, very dangerous. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. So last Monday, I was talking to my friend, and I was telling her, like, you know, this, that, and the other thing. I think it might have been Tuesday, because, you know, maybe it was Monday. I don't quite remember. All I was saying was, I'm not going to take anything to sleep and see how I do. And she's just like, how long do you think you can do that for? You know, because, yes, I am an addict. How about this? I can be an addict if I want to be. I can choose not to be an addict if I don't want to be. Not everybody can do that. But a long time ago, when I realized that weed was not my drug of choice anymore, and I decided that maybe you shouldn't do drugs anymore. So, to make a long story short, what was happening was, what I did was, is I stopped taking all these medications. So I was taking antipsychotics with a mixture of muscle relaxers and antihistamines and, all different kinds of stuff. I don't even know, okay? Now, my counselor, my guy counselor, and my friend Sydney is the only one that knows what happened. And I will share this with you right now. But this kind of helped set the brain for maybe this isn't a good idea anymore. So anywhere between the 4th and the 6th of this month, because last January, trust me, I was totally gone. I blacked out at times. I was really into drugs. And when I say drugs, I mean prescription drugs. And yes, it's not good. So, on these days, a couple of days, what was happening is I would go into the car, didn't want to be in here, go into the car, and I'd go into the car for hours and hours and hours without the car being on, okay? And I just started listening to music in the car now. Just sitting in the car. I just started doing that, I think, this past weekend. But before, it was silence. You just get in your head, think about whatever, and help yourself relax. Well, so I was noticing that I was falling asleep in the car, which I'm okay with. I'm fine with that. I feel safe enough to do that. Is it the right thing to do? Maybe not. But I don't care. I don't care if I'm in a parking lot. If I'm tired and I want to sleep, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I just need to find a way to relax and get myself tired. Well, one day, or one night I should say, and this is how I was doing it. I would take some medication and I would go to the car and I would smoke some weed until the medication would work. The problem was I stayed in the car a little too long because I was too tired to walk into my house. Now, we're just saying the parking lot, think about it like an apartment parking lot. So, it wasn't that far, okay? Maybe 100, 150 feet away, 200 the most. I don't know. I've never counted. I don't want to. Anyway, so I think the same night I had fallen asleep a few times anyways. But, how about this? I will just say that I ended up falling asleep with something that was lit in my hand, and it fell on my pants. Luckily, it didn't burn through, but the reality was that I could have died. I could have burned myself to death. I could have burned myself. Forget dying for a second. I could have burnt my leg. I could have burnt my car. I'm not going to mention, what it was, but, so it was kind of a little bit of a wake-up call, but at the same token, I didn't really care at the same token. I almost felt oh my God, is somebody going to find out? But I'm a big tattletale. I like to tattle on myself, so, if I do something wrong, I'd be like, oh, look at what I did! No. But I do. Can't keep anything to myself. But, so, I, decided that I'm not going to take any medication. I don't want to rely on medications to help me sleep. And I'm probably not helping my body and brain to, be better. So I've now been sober for, we're going to say last Monday was, so last Sunday. So a week and 4 days. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 days I haven't done anything. I have smoked weed a few times, but not like I was. Like, there are days where I was just so depressed and I was just like, screw life. I don't like it. I don't want to be here. I don't like it. Forget it. So I would go on these binges where I would smoke weed 9, 10, 15,000 times in a day. So I've made it where don't do it every day. Don't do it don't make it a type of habit. So, 8 o'clock at night, I'm going to go outside, listen to music, smoke some weed, go to bed, blah, 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 eat. And that was my other thing, too. I was also noticing, and I know you that do smoke weed, that I was finding that it was making me eat too much. And I do still have an eating disorder, so it was really making me dysphoric about that. And I was getting upset because I would eat whatever, and I didn't want to eat whatever. And I basically tried to take as much crap out of the house and replace it with more healthier stuff. So if I'm going to binge on grapes. Binge on strawberries. Have a hot cocoa. Don't sit there and just eat and eat and eat, because it wasn't that real hungry feeling. It was just like a thing in your stomach that was just like, so, and then you didn't know when you were full. And even when you were full, you still wanted to eat. And I felt that was so inappropriate. I didn't want to do that to my body. So I try that when I do smoke weed, that I control a little bit more my eating, and I try not to do it every day. So like I did it Tuesday and Wednesday. So not quite sure if I want to do that today, because I don't want to just keep on smoking weed every night. My other thing I've noticed is that I finally was like, okay, let's try and put the TV on. Let's see how we do. Let's watch something, whether it's on Netflix or on TV or even a DVD. And I haven't gone to the DVDs yet, but I'm just saying, like, anything. Try to slowly get myself back into TV's okay. It doesn't always have to remind you about Dennis. I don't do very well with TV shows right now still because of that, and I'd rather just have a shorter attention span than a longer attention span. So, it's made it a lot easier for me. I'm slowly being able to enjoy small little things. So I don't know how much I can enjoy of everything. I can tell you that going shopping tonight, even though I was buying stuff I had to buy, I enjoyed it a little bit more than normal. What I also noticed is a couple of things. When you're a trans man, okay, or a trans woman, but I'm going to say trans man because that's what I am. So you're born a woman and you have some women characteristics or features, but you have the brain. You have knowledge of what a woman likes, what a woman wants, how a woman behaves, how this, that, and the other thing. But with a trans man, you also know how a man acts and what a man wants and how to. So we kind of get the best of both worlds, which is kind of cool in a way, because I have it. Let's just say I have cis men. Good luck. Because if I'm in the water, I'm sorry, I was just looking at a text. If I'm, in the water dating, a woman is going to be surprised when they're with me because of how well I treat a lady. She's still texting me. Come on, Sydney, I'm doing a video. Hold on 1 second. I don't even know why you're still awake. She's got 2 little babies. So, oh my God. Michelle wants to know what song is for her. So let me explain this to you. So, I have 2 friends. They both know each other, okay? And my friend Michelle introduced me to Sydney. Sydney and I are closer. Sorry, Michelle, but you never call me and you're never around. So, I don't know how to do it, and you live really far away. Like another 20 miles from Sydney. So, I have shown Sydney songs that I'm like, when I hear this song, I said, I can think of you when I hear this song, And, so now Sydney's asking me, Michelle would like to know what song you think of her. I hate to break it to everybody, but I don't really have a song for her. And I've known her my whole life. I've known her for over 30 years. I think she was 6 and I was 8 or something like that. So we've known each other for a really long time, and I really don't have a song. I'd have to listen to music to know. Oh yeah, that reminds me of Michelle. I'm sorry, I just don't know. So, anyways, so I'm going to end this video so I can contact her and let her know everything. But, so I am doing better mentally. I'm in conflict right now. I don't want to, take things out to put new things in. But I don't think I will be able to weightlift or do weightlifting in front of people. And this way, I can take my clothes off, I can do what I want, I can watch TV, listen to music, do what I want at my pace, and I can go my pace. When you go to a gym, you're looking at everybody else, you feel like everybody's looking at you, and if you're only lifting 8 pounds, and you see these other women that are a lot skinnier and whatever, and they're just like, what the heck? 15 pounds? And these people have been doing it for a while, but you just get uncomfortable. And then you see guys there, and you're just like, oh my God, are they going to give me a hard time? Blah, 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 So, before I go, the things I was going to tell you, the difference between a man and a woman. If a woman crosses the street, crosses anything, you're crossing to get to a store, everybody, doesn't matter if you're male or female, in the car, you're going to stop for a woman. And for some reason, when you look like a man, they want to hit you. They want to run you over. It's like, dude, what the heck? I seem like I have to say, what the heck? What's the deal? Why do you want to hit me but not her? Does it say on my shirt, please hit me with your car? No. The next thing that I thought was, and it was so cute, but I'd never had this happen to me until tonight. I just thought it was very funny. I felt a little like my space was being invaded because I've never had this happen. But it was really cute because now that I look like a man and now that I pass like a man, men and young boys, teenage boys, will actually talk with you. So they weren't really talking to me. He literally almost goes into my cart and he goes, oh, Old Spice. I'm like, yes, it's shampoo and conditioner. It's right over there. It's on clearance. But then I kind of felt awkward because I had to pass these same boys because they had two other boys that had no idea who I was. So it's a little on the awkward side. And, you know, you see somebody my height and my size, you would think, like, you know, where's the parent or where's your other, like, why are you buying these things? Like, this doesn't make sense. Hopefully nobody says that or does that. But it's very, yeah, it was a cool and weird experience at the same time. So it's kind of cool to be trans because, and it's very unique because, you know, with family especially or friends, and there's certain, it's so weird because certain things I'll talk about with certain people, certain things I won't talk about. So I need to get the balls to talk about facial hair with my counselor, the guy counselor. And I don't know why. I've wanted to talk about this for a year. And I might have mentioned something a little bit here and there, but nothing to the extent of what I need to talk about. Like, I need to talk about how long it is, or how I feel, or what does this feel like, and all this stuff. And oh, look at, you know, like, it's actually going up to here, and I don't know why I can't talk about it. But it's funny because, like, I think my stepfather, my dad, he's trying really hard to, you know, he already loves me. You don't have to worry about the love part. But I can't even imagine what it must be like for someone on the opposite side to try and bond with somebody who's transitioning, you know, in the middle of transitioning. So I'm able to grow my beard really good. You know, not as good as I'd want to. Like, I want, like, this to actually, like, touch, and I'd like a little bit more, and it seems like it's patchy and stuff like that. My brother has the same issue, though, and that's his dad. So, but he never shaves. So, of course, it's going to be patchy. And there are some guys that they could shave every day and they're still going to be patchy. It's just the way it is. It's just like, my genes, I doubt I'm going to have patchy hair. Like, I really feel like in, like, 5 years, it's going to be thick and coarse, and it's going to, you're probably going to say, or I'm probably going to feel like, oh my God, did I really want this? Like, did I really, really want this? But yes, I do. I don't care. I want the thickerness. I want it. I want to be able to shave every day if I want to. I want it. It's cool because when you have facial hair, you can play with your facial hair. You can do all kinds of stuff. So it's very unique. It's something that, you know, us women, you know, women can't experience. It's always very dysphoric to a woman. You know, you gotta shave your arms, and you gotta shave your legs, and some do down there, and it's just like, you know, it's just like, hair is not something women like or want on their body. Some men don't like that either. But, so, yeah, that's everything I gotta tell you right now. I'll do this in a separate video because that way we could just go right to that, okay? I know that some of you have been asking. The next thing, though, is I am going to do a video of my name reveal. I have it all on a piece of paper. I have all the information I need up here, and we're going to finally share that with you this week, okay? So, that's it. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or anything. But like I was saying with my stepdad, he confronts me about my facial hair. Oh, look, it's growing, blah, blah, blah. He almost trying to, you know, make jokes or whatever. And it's fine. I'm fine with that. At least I think it was a joke. I'm not sure. But we talk about it, and then I'm just like, yeah, I really wish I could talk about facial hair with my counselor. But for some reason, I can't seem to do that. And I really need to, you know, so now the rule is, for me, I am not allowed to shave any hair on my face until I discuss it with my counselor, because I need to. But what I'm doing, because I can't just bring a piece of paper and expect like both sides and expect in 45 minutes that we're going to get it covered. So what I did is I wrote down the dates. So what I'm going to do is put down what I want to what I would like to talk about that day, what I'd like to talk about the next day, and you know, because of course you're going to have some other things you're going to need to talk about. So if I'm able to do this, then that way it will make it a little easier, maybe, because I want to say everything. He was saying to me that I was talking a little too much last night. But it's more about trying to tell you everything all at one time in 5 minutes. So, of course, I'm going to sound like a manic, crazy ADHD person. And on top of that, I wasn't sitting. I wanted to try that because I find that sometimes I can talk better when I'm standing versus sitting. And I find that if I sit down and someone's staring at you or looking at you, it makes you more dysphoric. You know, do my pants look right? Does my shirt look right? How does my hair look? And by the way, the hair, I have no idea what I want to do with it, okay? And it seems like it's not growing anymore. It seems like the sides grow, but this isn't growing. I'm like, what the heck is going on? And I can't stand hair. It drives me nuts. So now I'm itching here, and you know, and it's just like I'm sweating all the time. It's winter. Do I really have to sweat in winter? Yes, I'm sweating every single friggin' day. Yes. And you're probably saying, well, you wanted to be a boy. I'm like, no, I didn't want to be a boy. I am a boy. There's two different distinguishes, you know? I used to hate when people would call me a tomboy when I was younger. And then I would have a lot of times in high school, because I guess I looked like a dyke, I guess. I know that might be a swear word. Oh my God. Did I just say a swear? I don't know. I don't know if it's a swear. I do hate that word very badly, and I don't know how to spell it, and I don't want to know how to spell it. But anyways, so people would also always ask me, they're just like, are you gay? Are you this? Are you that? It's just like, dude, why do we have to go through this every single day at school? What part of I am a boy don't you understand? And what I would say to people when they give me a hard time, I'm like, dude, I'm more of a boy than you'll ever be. I'm going to leave you guys with that, okay? If you guys like this video, don't forget to like down below. I am doing better, so I know you guys are happy when I'm doing good. I do want to do more YouTube videos, all different kinds. I'd like to take you guys for, like, you know, I'm still trying to figure out my routine, or, you know, get a routine, stuff like that. I definitely would like to play with Javian a little bit more. I am thinking about what type of hair I want for the toddlers so we can start rooting them. And when I do root them, you can join me. You know, 5 minutes, we can talk, and I can show you how I root. I don't really want to go into detail how I root, but, you know, maybe I would, you know, show you how I do my swirls or something like that. But some people have it like this really fine, which is nice. It looks nice, yeah. But it's like they do one hair, and they gotta wait like a certain amount of, like, take a certain amount of space, and then they do another hair, and it's, what the heck? That would take forever. Forever. And it won't even come out right. Like, I could never do that. So, you just root and enjoy it. And what's nice with toddlers is that you don't really have to see the little, like, holes in them anyways, because you're putting so much hair there, and it doesn't really matter, you know? So, but anyways, I'm going to let you go, and I will show you what I got, okay? Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like. Feel free to leave me any comments. If you have any suggestions of videos you'd like me to do, feel free to leave those. And thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I will see you guys back here the next time, okay? Don't forget to watch the next video.